We welcome the holiday season. We're saying goodbye to hurricane season and another year that our state has dodged a direct hit from a major storm. Steve Weigel here with more on this. Two major storms this year that we know, Sandy and Isaac, but certainly was a busy season all
It
around.
was a busy season, and it wasn't expected to be a busy season. If you remember back into May and June, the forecasts were for a pretty slow season. That did not materialize, and you really have to kind of take the seasonal hurricane forecast with a grain of salt because it's valuable science, but a lot of people lean on that to make their preparations for the season, and they shouldn't do that. There's actually something out there today.
Unbelievable, you were just talking about.
Yeah, the last day of hurricane season, and the Hurricane Center is talking about an area disturbed weather that's in the central Atlantic. This one has a 20% chance of developing in the next couple of days. You can see it right here, and it continues to churn in the Atlantic. And this one, the reliable computer models, both the GFS and the European model, do bring this to a tropical storm or a subtropical storm on the weekend or early next week. All right, here's a breakdown on the season. 19 named storms. The average is 10. We had 10 hurricanes and one intense hurricane this season. What does that mean for South Florida? It was very active, of course. We did have some weather here, and we are looking at the season winding down, obviously. We can still get storms, named storms, outside of the hurricane season, and obviously we have a chance with that one in the central Atlantic. It doesn't appear to be any kind of threat to South Florida, though. Well, it was a little busy here, and James Whelan takes a look at the season and what it meant for South Florida.
For the 7th year in a row, South Florida has escaped a direct hit from a hurricane this season. But we are reminded that it doesn't take a direct hit from a hurricane to cause major damage.
I've lived down here for over 20 years, and all the previous hurricanes that we've had have never been so damaging and effective. Whereas the tropical storm Isaac, we were stranded for 10 days. We couldn't leave our house for over a week and a half, so it was unbelievable.
Tropical Storm Isaac came through at the end of August and swamped most of our western communities like Stephanie's neighborhood in Loxahatchee. Some areas received 25 inches of rain, which caused widespread flooding for days. The water has receded, but cleanup is still ongoing, along with waiting for financial aid.
We're basically just waiting right now on our insurance and federal assistance to help aid us with all our damages and expenses that we've incurred through Tropical Storm Isaac.
As we were winding down the season, Superstorm Sandy formed at the end of October, reminding us that hurricane season lasts through November. While the majority of the damage was to the north in New York and New Jersey, South Florida did not escape unscathed.